So moving to Atlanta sounds like a good idea. Maybe you're thinking about it, but you're wondering like, am I right? Like, why is everyone else moving to Atlanta? They must be on to something. And you would be right. And in this video, we're going to talk about all of those things, not just from my perspective, but from the things that might pique your interest or get your attention. Maybe you're thinking about a different city as well. You're doing a comparison. And by the way, we have partners all over the country, in all different markets, all over the Southeast, especially from Texas to North Carolina, Florida, and everywhere in between. So if you'd like, or you need a connection to someone that I know will take care of you if you choose to move somewhere else, please let us know. But this video is all about what makes Atlanta awesome, why after moving all over the country personally, I came right back to home here in Atlanta. I want to share all of that with you. So we're going to get after it right now. Hey, if this is your first time to the channel and you want to know everything there is to know about eating, sleeping, working, playing, the good and the bad of Atlanta, Georgia, well then subscribe below and ring that bell for notifications so you can be the first to know about the current market here in Atlanta. My name's Denny and the team and I get calls each and every day from people just like you looking to make the move to Atlanta, and we absolutely love it. So whether you're moving next week, next year, or anytime in between, call, text, email, schedule a Zoom, whatever is comfortable for you, and we'd be happy to help you make a smooth move to Atlanta. As I mentioned in this video, I want to go through the 15 things that make Atlanta great and why everyone seems to be moving here rather than all the other options. Is for by far, one of the fastest growing metropolitan areas in the country. And I am not surprised by that at all. After living everywhere, we came back here and want to share that with you. So the top of our list, number one, I'm going to start with affordability. What does that mean? Does that necessarily mean that we're the cheapest place to buy a house or the cheapest place to live? No, but some of those markets also don't come with a lot of opportunity. So what I call affordability is that blend of like, how much you can earn and then the overall cost of living when it comes to housing and transportation and healthcare, food, entertainment. Like I have 4 young children, I'm married, like all the things that go into your daily life, childcare and all that stuff. And so affordability to me means like, how far will your dollars go? And if you can do all the research you want. And I promise you on every single list, when it comes to affordability, the money you can make versus the money you're going to spend on your life and your lifestyle, well, Atlanta is going to be near or at the top of that list. So affordability is number one. Number two, that's kind of a subset of affordability, is what I call the price to income ratio. It's how much you make, and I'm talking about housing, the price to income ratio for home ownership. I'm talking about how much you make versus how much homes cost. You see, again, homes aren't the cheapest they are here, cheaper here than they are everywhere else in the country. There's some markets in Georgia outside of Atlanta that you can find more affordable homes. As a matter of fact, if you haven't seen our vlog on Evans, Georgia, Money Magazine rated them the #1 place in America to live last year. In 2020. Time flies when you're having fun, because the median income was like 110,000 and the median price was like 300,000, like literally. But here in Atlanta, the median income is close to 100,000 and the median price is still under 400,000. So you can very much still afford to buy a home, the average home here in Atlanta, with the average income of people that live in Atlanta. So that price to income ratio in Atlanta is still extremely strong. Next on the list, we're going to go with growth. That goes right along with this affordability and income, right? Atlanta is growing like a weed. There's people moving here from all over the country. There's lots of Fortune 500 headquarters here. You've got lots of big corporations, UPS, Coca-Cola, Home Depot, Google, Facebook, Amazon, all have huge, headquarters. The Mercedes-Benz North America, Porsche North America, big headquarters. Kia has a manufacturing plant. Rivian, Rivian, they're putting in a manufacturing plant. So electric vehicle, a new electric vehicle manufacturer. So you got all of this growth in terms of economic and population. We're growing at, I think, 15%, 15 point something, 16% from 2010 to 2020, and 1.6% annually, which is very rapid. And with that growth comes opportunities. So strong job market, low unemployment, and lots of things positives that come out of growth. So this is very much a growth oriented city. And next, we're going to talk about some education, both the public education as you're growing up and the higher education system. And so, I will definitely say that this in the city, it's going to be hit or miss, right? It highly depends on where you're at inside of the perimeter, that ring 285. But the suburbs of Atlanta and outside of that ring, just about anywhere you land is going to have top rated schools, from North Fulton, Cobb County, Cherokee County, Forsyth County, Gwinnett County. All of these areas are going to have really top rated schools, both in the state and nationally. So you're going to have a great public school system almost anywhere that you live. In the suburbs of Atlanta or in the metropolitan area. In the city, you're going to have to be a little more selective. Decatur is one that has really great public school systems. But the higher education, you're talking about the University of Georgia, Georgia State University, Georgia Tech, Emory, even Kennesaw State University, and a lot of the historically Black colleges, Spelman, Morehouse, these really, really, really top rated schools that are here in Atlanta. So if you're doing part-time higher education, or if you're going full-time, maybe whether you're going undergrad or getting your MBA or your advanced degrees, lots in medicine, in business, in logistics, in international business, lots of opportunity, lots of education. And a lot of those schools come with really great sports programs too. The University of Georgia and the Bulldogs being one of them, coming right off of their national championship win in football. So we're excited about fall football again next year. So that is the education piece of it. The next on our list, number 5, I think it's number 5. Yep. Number 5 on our list is going to be diversity. If you value diversity, meaning everyone doesn't look like, walk like, talk like, act like, look like you are going to love Atlanta. White, Black, brown, Latino, Hispanic, Asian, Indian, all of it. This is like the melting pot. One of the largest gay populations, around 4.5%, 5%, LGBT, and I'm not even going to try with the rest of them. Male, female, young, old, you name it. Everyone is here. Huge. All the Vietnamese, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, I'm telling you, Atlanta is the melting pot. And so if you want to just be surrounded by people just like you, this is probably not the place to be. If you value diversity and you value inclusion, you value, being independent and be able to be who you want to be, well, then Atlanta is a great place to be. Number 6 is going to be healthy living. I'm going to talk more about the outdoors and activities and things of that nature, but farmers markets and organic Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, like all of that type, it's everywhere. It's in the perimeter, it's outside the perimeter, it's in the suburbs. Like, you're going to be able to find really good, high quality, both restaurants and grocery stores, healthy living. I know this contrary, right? It's the Southeast. Everyone's overweight. That's probably more of a rural Georgia thing than it is a city thing. This is a very health conscious city. People are very into, eating healthy and exercising, and there's fitness every which kind of fitness franchise you can imagine, from the cheap economical big boxes where you can get a $9, $10, $20 a month membership, all the way to more of like the social health and fitness clubs, where it's a lot more expensive, but it is really like a social club, everything under the sun that you can imagine, from rock walls to fitness classes to the latest technology and trends in fitness, group classes, swimming pools, lap pools, Disneyland looking water slides for your kids, bars, smoothie bars, spas, like all that stuff. That's all over the place. So we live a very healthy lifestyle. My family is something that's important to us, and it's very much an Atlanta thing. Speaking of healthy living, activities, things to do is number, I want to say 7. Yeah, number 7 on the list. And when I'm talking about activities, I'm talking about the zoo, the aquarium, concerts, shows, professional sports. You have the NFL, you get Atlanta Falcons, the Hawks in basketball, the Braves, current World Series champions in baseball, Atlanta United, which won the MLS a few years ago, had a bit of a rebuilding last year, but got into the playoffs, did really well, and started off really strong this year. So you've got all those major sports. If there's anything missing, it's hockey. They've tried that here. It didn't work. There is minor league hockey, but not the pro team. So maybe, who knows? I'm sure we'll try it again. We keep trying until it sticks. And so sports, professional sports, festivals on the weekends, like there's just stuff to do everywhere, all the time, all over Atlanta. You're not going to be disappointed. So if you're looking for things to do, either for singles or families, young, old professionals, everything in between, go to meetup.com. There's just a laundry list of activities all over Atlanta all the time. And so that's really important. Next, number 8 on the list is actually outdoors. So not to be confused with all the stuff I'm talking about parks, recreation, walking, biking, hiking trails. There's the Beltline, which is in the city, which if you aren't familiar with, they took this old railroad and these kind of, rundown kind of non-utilized industrial type areas all through the city and repurposed them into this beautiful running, walking, biking kind of a trail, and restaurants and bars and boutiques and things have popped up all over. Real estate around it is exploding. And then you've got the Big Creek Greenway up North Fulton, South Forsyth, that runs from Roswell, Alpharetta, Cumming, and it's 20 or 30 miles through the woods, walking, biking, hiking. You've got the Silver Comet Trail from Smyrna all the way through Alabama. I think it's the longest one in the country. It's like 90 plus miles contiguous or continuous of this paved walking, biking trail. And so that kind of stuff is all over the place. You've got lakes, skiing, forest, mountains, national forest, even, some cycling races, triathlons. Like, y'all, when it comes to outdoor activities, there is no shortage of things to do to stay busy in Atlanta. Now, next on the list is coffee. My wife's going to love this. And I don't just mean Starbucks. I mean, there's a really strong craft coffee scene in and around Atlanta. It's a little different in the inner city than it is in the suburb, but it doesn't matter, city to suburb and everywhere in between. There's a coffee shop with their own roasting, their own blend, their own kind of flavor, their own unique spin on it, and a different culture in each little coffee shop, and diehard fans of each one. There's a crazy coffee scene in and around Atlanta. And so I'm into coffee. My wife is a coffee fanatic. She's a lunatic about it. And so that is really, we didn't come here for that, but it is something that we love about Atlanta and why a lot of people are satisfied when they do get here. Next on the list would be beer. Now, my wife loves coffee. I love craft beer. And Georgia and Atlanta is loaded with breweries. So, I mean, every little downtown area has multiple breweries throughout it, even in the, in more rural markets, suburbs. You can't go to any of the top suburbs that are on my list, or any of the top neighborhoods, or any of the top cities around Atlanta, and there not be more breweries than you know what to do with. So I love craft beer. I've never met a beer that I didn't like. I like some more than others for sure. But if you watch any of my vlogs, I'm always either stopping by a coffee shop or I'm stopping by a brewery and getting a beer and breaking down the real estate market. So if you're into getting some brewskis, then you're going to love Atlanta. And for sure, I would be glad to host you. We can just go on a brewery tour. You can try all the beer and all the coffee in all of Atlanta. And speaking of being your host, what I just offered, not thinking about what was next on my list to take you around and give you a tour, is what I call hospitable. So the next on our list is hospitality. You will find that everyone in Atlanta is like that. And I don't know what it is. It's a Southern hospitality charm kind of a thing, but everyone says hey to their neighbors. Everyone talks to people at the brewery, at the coffee shop, at the gas station, at the grocery store, out on the, trails, or whenever they engage with people. The people are just really friendly and really nice. Sure, there's some mean people or some crabby people. They're everywhere. But as an overall culture, it's a very hospitable Southern charm kind of a market. I mean, we make our kids say yes, sir, and yes, ma'am, and you're going to get yes, sir, and yes, ma'am, no matter how old you are if you're in Atlanta. And people are going to call you sugar and darling and honey. And it's just, they're going to offer to help you. They'll help change your tire. If you're stranded and you're in need of help, someone's going to lend a helping hand. It's just part of who we are, and one of the things that you're going to love about Atlanta. Now, on a lot of lists, I say that the weather is a bad thing, but on this list, we're going to give the weather a thumbs up. And here's what I mean by that. Yes, it's hot and humid in the summer, June, July, August, unbearable heat, humidity, and it can be a downside. I think there's some upsides, like you can go to the lake, you can go skiing, you can go to the water park, you can get in a fountain, you can do fun things when it's hot. But the reason I put weather on the list is because you get 4 seasons. You get a super hot summer, like I was talking about. You get a nice, crisp, cool fall where there's football and the leaves are changing and there's all different colors, the orange, red, yellow, green, and everything in between. And you get to really enjoy that season. And then there's a mild, not normally bad, but a mild winter. Sometimes it snows, not most of the time. You'll have December, January, maybe a little bit of February, and then it starts to warm up again. But you have that mild winter where you can burn a fire. We burn a lot of fires in our fireplace. My wife loves it. It's one of her favorite parts about winter. And so you'll get to get outside around the fire pit and make s'mores and do all that stuff in the winter. And then you're going to get a really great spring where there's an explosion of flowers and everything's blooming, and there's pollen. That's going to suck. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. That needs to be on one of the negative lists. But the spring, there's again, pinks and purples and greens and whites. And the Masters is coming up as I record this next week, and I'm going to get to go do that again. I've done that plenty of times, but that is like the pinnacle of springtime in the South. But whether it's a golf course or just your neighborhood, you're going to see lots of flowers, lots of colors. It's going to be a really pleasant spring. And then you're going to roll right on into summer again. So you're going to get 4 distinct seasons, which I love about Georgia. Now, this might not be on a lot of people's list, but food is number 14, I believe. No, 13. Food is number 13 on the list. And that's because there is such a diverse culture and people from, both foreign and national, from different races and taste, and they bring all this to the food. And so you can get every kind of restaurant that you could possibly imagine, and not just the major national chains. I mean, little mom and pop, independent, really great restaurants. No matter what cuisine, what nationality, what race, what culture, whatever you want, whatever you want, you're going to be able to find it here in Atlanta. And you're going to be able to find not just any of them, but something that's really, really good and probably as close to authentic as you could get back home in their native country. And I love that about Atlanta because we are foodies. Now, I might get the same thing from the menu every time I come to the restaurant, but I love being able to go to different restaurants and explore different types of cuisine. So that is definitely on my list for the reasons why everyone's moving to Atlanta, which leads me to number 14. And that is to get a fresh start. Like, whether you're single, married, family, no family, young, old, or anything in between, one of the things that comes with the jobs, the growth, the diversity, and all the things I've talked about on this list is that if you're looking to change careers, if you're looking to find, a partner or a spouse, if you're looking to start a family, if you're looking to start over, if you're looking to leave your old life behind, if you're looking just for something new, whether you can get lost in the crowd or you can get connected to a community, whether you're looking to get plugged into your neighbors, your neighborhood, or a new church, this is a great place to do it. I mean, there's something for everyone to be had here in Atlanta. So whether it's just more a continuation of what you've been doing, or you're looking for a completely fresh start in a place to wipe the canvas clean and to start anew, well, this is the place to be. And last but not least, the top of my list, number 15, is the lifestyle. I think you've probably figured out, after all the things on this list, Atlanta sounds like a really great place to live, and it is. There is just something about being able to get into the busy city, or unplug to the mountains, or get into the forest, get in your car, or live, work, play, climb the ladder and hustle, or unplug and just kind of chill, go get a really, calorie packed, heavy, huge, yummy meal, or like completely go healthy lifestyle. It doesn't matter. Like, this city can be whatever you want it to be. And I'm saying that having been through literally every season of life. As a kid, playing youth soccer around Atlanta, as a young adult, being single and hustling, building businesses and being an entrepreneur and making a lot of money and spending a lot of money and partying my face off and doing all that kind of stuff, to finding my wife, being young and not single, but young and without kids, and not married yet, to being married and starting a family, and every stage of life you can imagine: slow, fast, single, married, kids, no kids, all that stuff. I've done it and I've loved it. And I know you will too. So hopefully that was helpful. Hey, listen, if I forgot anything or you disagree, drop it in the comments below. If you got value from this, smash the like button. That's the least you could do to let me know that you enjoyed this. Obviously, if you're moving, call, text, email, schedule a Zoom. Happy to help you make a smooth move here, whether that's in a week or a year, anytime in between. And as always, until I see you in person, hopefully I'll see you on the next episode.